results. These are the starting positions and the results of race 1, and the gaps on your right-hand side of the screen. Scaife and Bright will start from the first row. Lowndes and Tanda, a very solid drive by young Garth. Seaton and Perkins from 3, and Longhurst Bargwanna is 4.
Out of row 5, Russell Ingall and Stephen Ellery. Row 6, Stephen Richards in the Wins Commodore and John Bow in the Cat Falcon. Greg Murphy and Mark Larkham start out of row 7. Mark Noske and Dick Johnson out of row 8.
Good drive by the two Wins guys to come up from 15 and 16 to where they were. Row 9 is Terry Finnegan, top privateer from Thomas Mazira. Ashby, McDougall, who's really on the improve. Donaher and Romano, and row 12, David Parsons, Chris Smyrden.
Greg Crick and Anthony Tratt start out of 13, but Anthony actually was too late getting out of the pits. He's going to have to start from pit lane. Rod Nash and Bob Thorne out of 14. Simon Ermazinis and Mike Conway out of 15. Bill Attard and Barry Morecambe take the 16th row.
John Cotter, Neil Crompton, suffered a tyre problem and apparently came in contact with someone. That's why he ran off at turn 9. Faulkner also suffered tyre problems. Rodney Forbes and Cameron McLean came together. Radisich had an overheating car, and Danny Osborne has pulled off on the outlap from the pit, so that's why he is right at the back and will not start this one.
Yeah, the problem with Craig Lowndes getting off the line, or not getting off the line, was a slipping clutch. He let the clutch out and it slipped. By the time it got hot and grabbed, it made the engine bog down, and exactly the same thing happened to Glenn Seaton, so they won't be doing that again.
Now, just to go over it again, if you missed it earlier, every race counts this year, except, well, from here on in, except for the Honda Indy on the Gold Coast. Every round, every race counts, even the Enduro races, the Queensland 500, the FAI 1000 Classic. Green flag at the back, so you must be consistent. You've got to get the points. Can Tanda put in another solid drive? We get ready to go. It's only seconds away. Will Scaife get away to another blinder, or will it be the Pertec Ford of Jason Bright? Set to go now. Green and away. A pretty even start. Scaife did get away to a good one. Bright is out very wide. Here comes Tanda through the middle. Now he tucks back in. So it's the same order. Scaife, Bright, Lowndes. Someone was coming through on the inside of Tanda.
Well, that was even. There was nothing in that start. Everybody got away perfectly.
Absolutely fantastic. Look at them ducking and weaving as they head down toward this very tight turn 2. There's plenty of life left in this, and one's gone around. Stephen Ellery in the Chelgrave Falcon. He's been turned around to the middle of the pack. We go on board with John Bow in the brand new Cat Racing Falcon as he tries to find a way by Russell Ingall in this very packed lineup.
Ingall down into turn 4 off the hill. He's tucked in behind Jason Bargwanna. That looks like Radisich or Dick Johnson. I think Dick Johnson it is who's caught up there because Radisich was at the back of the pack. We'll see if we can see a number. Yes, it is Dick. So not a good start to the 99 season for him. We go back up front. Have a look at Garth Tanda up into second spot. This is an amazing drive by the 1997 Australian Formula 4 champ. His first season in V8s last year. This is his first full season, and this is the way to start it, that's for sure.
Well, there's never been any doubt about the youngster's speed from Western Australia, Formula 4 champion. Gary Rogers drafted him into the team as part of the youth policy alongside Jason Bargwanna. He has been wild, got himself caught up in plenty of incidents last year, but there's no doubt about his speed. If he can just mature, he's going to be a real force to be reckoned with, as he's doing here.
Tanda's car is an ex-Mobil 1 HRT vehicle. It was Bargwanna's car last year, and then it belonged to the Holden Racing team the year before. But Bright's got some problems. Bright's got problems big time because he drifted wide. Lowndes is through now. Perkins is all over the back of him as well. Look at this, drafting big time down the main straight.
I think Bright was okay. He just cocked it up coming out of that corner, cost him a bit of speed.
Look at Larry
took advantage, yeah, side by side, 260 kilometres an hour as they swing through turn 1.
Larry up inside, yes.
Squeezes him out. Bargwanna's going to go through as well.
Plenty of knuckle action there between the Ford and the Commodore. Jason Bright's going to get hung out to dry. Yes. He should be on the inside line as they come toward turn 3. Dear, oh dear, Rod Nash in the Budweiser Auto Pro Commodore. He's met the concrete pretty hard.
Well, this is going great for Mark Scaife and Garth Tanda because while these guys fight it out, they're scooting away. It's Scaife, Tanda, Crompton. This is a disastrous day for Neil Crompton in the Ford Tickford Racing EL. He's stuck there, didn't finish the first race, and won't finish this one by the looks of things. So they go through now. Russell Ingall's the latest to have a go at Jason Bright.
Well, Jason Bright really slipped down in the order there. Looks slow coming on to the corner onto the main straight, was absolutely critical. Let's check the Shell Helix replay of that first corner incident. Contact there between the Chelgrave foot car. Looks like one of the Young Lions Commodores.
Oh, yeah, DJ just copped it there. That was very unfortunate. I couldn't really see the start of it, but DJ was sort of an innocent party.
Tried to avoid the best he could. There's the contact there between, looks like Mark Noske and Stephen Ellery. Ellery goes around, and Dick Johnson did his best right about now to avoid it, and just caught the back. Now Lowndes is starting to catch Garth Tanda. Perkins is clear of Bright. So too is Bargwana. Look at Seaton and Tony Longhurst weaving all over the track. Longhurst
damn
Seaton at bay.
The old official's not going to like that too much.
Might be a couple of forwards, but no favours there. Glenn Seaton searching wide, trying to find a way past Tony Longhurst.
Yeah, Glenn was very wide there, got the rear right on the dirt there.
32.35, the first flying lap for Mark Skaife. Garth Tanda, a 32.53, going with the Mobile Holden Racing Team Commodore. Just 0.6 of a second as they crossed the start-finish line that time. The young Valvoline Charger really starring in Heat 2.
Nice pictures from the cockpit of the Ford Tickford Racing AU XR8 of Glenn Seaton. Hot in pursuit of Tony Longhurst, Castrol Ford. They work their way around the backside of the Eastern Creek Circuit. The Shell Helix race score there for you. Skaife, Tanda. Gee, Garth Tanda's going well. It's a very mature drive for him. Something that he's been accused of not doing recent times. So a good confidence boost for the young boy from Western Australia who now lives in Melbourne.
Here from the pits, there has been some concern. Todd Kelly, we saw the remains of that horrific crash after Heat 1 when he hit the concrete wall coming through turn 1. Apparently, the tyre delaminated or went down, and there's a problem. They think that may have something to do with flat spotting the tyre. The tyres are very susceptible, so Bridgestone already looking at a new generation of tyre which will be much tougher for this level of combat.
Yeah, also Radishich had the same problem with the tyre. They thought that it was flat spot and then delaminated, but it certainly came to pieces in a big hurry.
Well, here we go. We'll see just how tough, how mentally tough Garth Tanda is, because he has got the reigning Shell Series champ behind him. Craig Lowndes is putting the pressure on Garth Tanda. Down into turn 2, Skaife's doing it very comfortably again. Lowndes looks for the inside option. No time, no opportunity that time round. So he'll sit in third for the moment.
Yeah, you see, Tanda's in a bit of a difficult position because he's getting pushed by Craig, but he has had his leg slapped a couple of times for being a bit naughty. So it's a difficult situation to be. He's going to try as hard as he can not to let Craig Lowndes pass, but he has to be careful. Do you understand what I mean?
Well, not only the officials too, from team owner Gary Rogers saying, well, Garth, I can't keep paying for this, mate. It's getting very expensive.
Finds himself the lead in the Mobile Holden Racing Team sandwich, as Jason Wright was in Heat 1, but Bright, the Pertec Falcon, he slipped right down the order in this one. So Jason Wright a bit further back in the order. It's all up to Garth Tanda to take the fight up to the factory holders.
Yeah, I didn't actually see, Mark, when Jason ran wide coming onto the straight there, but it's really unsettled it or upset him, or, you know, sort of got the tyres dirty or something, because he's definitely not on the pace at the moment.
Well, a huge audience, a huge fan base in Western Australia, and they'd be going bananas at the moment for Garth Tanda. Not only now do they have Garth Tanda to cheer for, but also John Bowe in the Cat Ford, and he's doing well.
Tell you what, a few blokes with new VT Commodores will be raising an eyebrow at this. The performance of the outgoing VS Commodore, a well-sorted car, physically smaller, and maybe a little bit faster in a straight line as well, and obviously handling very well around this Eastern Creek Raceway, doing a great job in the older car.
Seaton's still trying to get past Longhurst, and he can't do it. I tell you who's doing a terrific job is Mark Noske in the Holden Young Lions car. He is in Craig Lowndes' old car from the '98 season and is running in 10th position.
I think the big, all us talking about the old cars, the main reason for it is that they haven't got the sort of baseline setup for the new cars. Everybody you speak to says, well, it's still trying to chase the right setup for it, and I think give it sort of after the first couple of practices qualifying at Adelaide, then people will be a lot more settled down, because a lot of people haven't even driven the cars, really.
Shell Helix in car camera. Dick Johnson currently 31st position on the track. It is tough going. This is such a competitive field. Of course, Dick is back there because of that incident with Steve Ellery on turn 2. I'm sure it's not the way he imagined starting his farewell year, because last time we were at Eastern Creek, Dick finished on the podium. He was third on the day overall. Word from the pits, John Bowe is out, a water pump problem.
Mark Skaife, the fastest man on the circuit, just did a 1:32.11 on lap 3. 1.6 seconds the gap between himself and Garth Tanda. That battle for second position between Tanda and Lowndes still raging.
And we're talking about Dick Johnson's farewell year. His first testimonial dinner will be before the sensational Adelaide 500 on Thursday, the 8th of April. There's a contact number on your screen there. Get onto that number if you would like to go. It's going to be a fabulous night as Dick battles with Bob Thorne, one of the V8 Supercar newcomers, and there will be testimonial dinners in every state around the country as we bid farewell to, well, 5 times Australian touring car champ and an Australian motorsport icon, Dick Johnson.
I tell you what, it really shows up how competitive this thing is. Just listen, 6 is Bright, 7th is Ingle, 8th is Lewis, 9th is Seaton, 10th is Nosky, Murphy down at 11th. I mean, it's so competitive, isn't it?
Yeah, good run too from Dougal McDougall. He's running a car being prepared by Larry Perkins. And looks like Craig Lowndes has got through on Garth Tanda. And look at that on the Shell Helix replay, Baz.
Just looking at just a nip up the inside, and no, not really anything he could do about it. He could have closed the door a bit, but it's inevitable, and he's doing the sensible thing. As I say, he's not going to want to get in any trouble. And no, good sensible drive.
Well, both times Garth Tanda's been put under pressure in race 1 as well. He has given them racing room, and he hasn't tried to foolishly challenge it. He's known where he is on the track, and he's done a great job. 6 of 13. Word through that Mark Larkham is suffering from flat tyres, so interesting day in that department.
Yeah, Mark Scaife, nothing bothering him at the moment. The fastest man on the circuit, he's just done another one, a 1:32.09. The gap between himself and Craig Lowndes out to 2.9 seconds. So Scaife really demoralising the opposition here.
Don't forget, next weekend and every Sunday following, the V8 Supercars Network 10's new motorsport program, Trackside. And of course, that will be for the privateers, the GTP cars, the Formula Fords, the Superbikes and Formula Holdens. Each Sunday after the V8s, 3 to 5 on your home of Motorsport Network 10. You can catch that next Sunday.
Look at Larry Perkins closing in on the back of Garth Tanda. Tanda survived a pretty spirited onslaught from Craig Lowndes. He let him through. Now you've got Larry Perkins and the Castrol Commodore ranging right up behind the Valvoline machine.
Yeah, you'd have to say that Larry, I don't think, will be as gentlemanly, will he?
Tell you what, one of the biggest movers of the day is former Formula Holden driver Dougal McDougall in the old Russell Ingall car. He started the day, he started race 1 in 27th position. McDougall is now running in 12th behind Greg Murphy. That is a terrific drive.
Yeah, it doesn't... All right, just a little, got a good run out the last left-hander, and basically more Smyrden. No, I think Longhurst has some kind of problem. You see how much Longhurst... Oh, somebody out on the grass there. Oh.
Simon Emazidis, we've seen him in trouble throughout the weekend.
That's very well to keep it off the wall.
Yeah, absolutely. I bet the other guy coming the other way didn't think so.
As we were saying yesterday, it's not necessarily going to be the battle, or the winner necessarily won't be the survival of the toughest, but the smartest. And let's see how young Garth Tanda goes up against one of the most experienced hands at it. Larry Perkins is fighting hard, charging hard in 4th, trying to get 3rd away from Tanda.
I tell you, that thing of Tanda's is not slow, because Larry's making absolutely nothing down the straight.
Well, it's exactly the same car. Seaton makes a move on Russell Ingall. Tries to go up the inside, can't do it though. Russell Ingall in the SLX. Castrol Commodore holds on to that spot. We're talking about 7th. It's the battle there now. Glenn comes on the inside. Seaton pushing, trying to get past Russell Ingall, who has been struggling today.
If you look at Ingall's car, it doesn't look stable, Ingall's car. It seems to be really, wobbling around. If you look at it, yeah, he's got it now.
Inside move, nicely done, Glenn Seaton. In the AU XR8, the Ford Tickford Racing, the Ford factory car, for the first time in 26 years that the Ford factory has had an official team, and it's great to see.
Yeah, next time we get a shot of Ingall's car, if you look at the thing, it's for all the world like the tyres are flat, just to give you the sort of way the thing is, just doesn't look stable.
Triple Emmetry on board Glenn Seaton's car around turn 8. This is the charge downhill. It's quite steep. It's a little deceiving. TV doesn't do it justice into the tight right-hander. This is turn 9, the infamous turn 9, where Dewan and Creville came together at the Australian Motorcycle Grand Prix some years ago. And then the run up through this complex up to the top end, right up to turn 12, where they've put in a new spectating area here at Eastern Creek. You can see quite a good crowd in the background there, and a big super screen. As we take a listen to the new factory Ford.
making some ground on Jason Bright, Glenn.
Well, those two are fierce competitors. That's who, when Jason Bright first came into the V8 Supercars last year with Ross and Jim Stone, they were using Seaton, who at that stage was the defending champ, as their benchmark. It turned around towards the end of 1998. Seaton was using Bright as his benchmark. Now they're just hard competitors at it. Now the three guys who get the biggest charges award, here they are on screen right now. Rodney Forbes, Cameron McLean and Paul Radisich. They've come from the back of the grid and they are up to 16th, 17th and 18th position. Quite a remarkable performance. Now Rodney Forbes, who is right behind, looks to me to be Paul Romano in the Siemens Mobile Commodore. Two former Super Touring drivers there in terms of Cameron McLean and Paul Radisich, now in the V8 Supercar category. Of course, Radisich coming from the British Touring Car Championship. He's on a one-year contract with Dick Johnson Racing, now resides on the Gold Coast. We'll call Australia home for the next 12 months.
I was talking to Paul and he was saying the big difference between driving the 2-litre and the V8. You can feel the weight of the V8. You know, it's sort of, I don't know, 700-800 kilos more. And he said you feel it so bad. You know, not so much physically, but you know, when you get the thing understeering, it's like a truck understeering. You know, you just can't do anything with it.
2 laps left to run in the second of 3 races, the opening round, the 1999 Shell Championship Series. Not only has Dougal McDougall done well, John Faulkner has done very well also to get up into 13th position, and Thomas Mazira in the Densatron Commodore is up there as well. So too Terry Finnegan, who is having a great battle with the Ultratune Commodore of Mick Donoghue. Finnegan, who sits in 22nd position at the moment, 22nd, 23rd on screen, right there.
There was a
bit of a battle going on between these two guys. It's Scaife, Lowndes, Perkins, Tanda, Bargwanna, Bright, Seaton, Ingle, Murphy and Tony Longhurst. That's your top 10. We just got word through that Longhurst has given instructions to his team not to communicate with him on the radio. He does not want to be disturbed. And have a look at how much ground Glenn Seaton has caught up on Bright. You heard Barry Sheen allude to it earlier. Well, he is right there now. And ahead of Bright is Bargwanna. Ahead of Bargwanna is Tanda.
It's a shame he doesn't have another couple of laps to run, because all these bunch in front are so close that he had every chance of, you know, with his lap time and the progress he's made in sort of the last 2 laps, he had every chance of getting past him.
Well, we'll see how we go, Barry, because this is it, the run home. This is it. Now, of course, Larry Perkins has got through on Garth Tanda. He's sitting on that podium spot at the moment. Tanda now has got his teammate Jason Bargwanna in the new VT Commodore right behind him. Tanda will get his VT later in the year. Have a look at the battle between the two Fords.
Major charge. You see how much Seaton made on Bright on the brakes there. Unreal.
When Seaton really feels he's got a chance, and the FTR AU XR8 down into turn 4 off the hill. Well, they wind around to the back section. We're riding with Seaton. He's right on Jason Bright now.
Basically the only chance he's really got, you get round this little lot, over the crest of the hill, into the left-hander, and up and over the crest of the hill before he gets to the hairpin. Right now, if he's really close here, up over here, gets out of this good, but Jason's going to keep the inside line well covered here.
It's going to be hard.
It is, but this is about the only chance, really.
Down into turn 9, as predicted, Bright in the Pertec Ford goes for the inside run. There's about a quarter of a lap left to run around the Eastern Creek circuit. This is for the minor placings. That's the battle for 6th and 7th between Bright and Seaton.
If he gets a good job out of this last left-hander, he might get a run down, but I don't think he's got enough speed.
Nobody's going to get this guy, because it's Mark Scaife to make it 2 starts, 2 wins. The Mobil 1 HRT pilot gets there again. Well done, Mark Scaife. His teammate Craig Lowndes, the defending champ, will come in for second. It's tight for the minor placings. Perkins from Tanda, and positions remained as is Bargwanna, Bright ahead of Glenn Seaton and Tony Longhurst. There's the battle back further back. Mark Noske in the Holden Young Lions car did a terrific job. Now this is where the battle's really been further back. Radisich has managed to get past not only Cameron McLean but also Rodney Forbes, and almost got there on Thomas Mazira. Well, there's a tyre shredding. A tyre has just let go there. Well, we've seen some interesting things with the tyres today.
Well, if that was another tyre, and if that tyre that let go was on Radishic's car, that's really quite strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
One going the last one.
Well, word through too from the Bridgestone technicians is that the next batch of control tyres that will be received and will be raced on will be a much harder composition. We'll update you more on that when we know, but let's take a look at the final placings on your Shell Helix race score. Mark Skaife with a perfect score so far from Lowndes. It's 2 1-2s. Perkins, Tanda, another solid drive from the youngster ahead of his teammate Jason Bargwanna. Wright, Seaton and Russell Ingall back in 8th position. He's not a happy boy at the moment. Murphy, Longhurst, Noski, Faulkner, McDougall, Mazira, Radicic and Forbes. More on your home of motorsport right after this.